Hey guys, welcome to Wandering Wednesday. I am Michele with Fun in Key West, and I am so glad that you joined us today. Today, it's all about, I wonder what's happening in Key West in July. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, July, it's got to be outrageously warm in Key West in July. And you know what? Where I find is the temperature in Key West in July is not nearly as hot as you think it is, because you've always got some sort of breeze that's going along. And here's the other secret. As you're walking around Key West, most people have the doors open and their air conditioners going. So you're going to get a little blast cool air every time you hop in. So it's cool that way. But I just love Key West in July. First of all, if you didn't know this, my birthday happens to be in July. As a matter of fact, it is July 4th. I love spending the 4th of July in Key West and exploring everything that Key West has to offer around my birthday. If I don't make it to Key West for my birthday, though, there are all kinds of wonderful things to happen that you can do in July. But here's the thing. Not only am I partial to Key West in July because it is my birthday month, but there's a lot of fun things to do in Key West in July. You're a little off the grid in terms of it's not as busy of a season. Unless there's a festival going on, you're going to find it's a little slower. Keep that in mind. Some places don't stay open as late, or they may not offer as many amenities that they do during the high season. So keep that in mind. But you might be able to catch a really good deal on a hotel. I'm just saying. So it's always worth a try. There's a few rainy days. It's not a very rainy season in July, but you are still during hurricane season, so keep an eye on the weather. Be prepared for that. Towards the end of July, you have Hemingway Days that kick in, and I just love that festival. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. So if you want to escape the high temperatures, of course, you can always go out on the water. And if you head over to our website, FunInKeyWest.com, you're going to find all kinds of things to do out there. So go cool yourself off and to have fun on the water. So let's talk about what's going on in Key West. Now, some of these things have already happened. I get that. I know I'm a little late, but I try to do the first Wednesday of every month. And of course, with the holiday last week, I'm a little behind, but bear with me. Plan for next year. How's that? The first part of July, it usually ends the tail end of June, first part of July, you have the Key Lime Festival. And I'm telling you, this is the absolute fun thing to do in Key West. They have dropping key lime pies down off of the lighthouse. You can go see those adventures. You can do pie strolls. You can go check out everybody's interpretation of a key lime pie. They also have a key lime cocktail-inspired crawl. Be sure to check that out. Check out the website there for it. If you head over, I know, I'm going to keep sending you over to FunInKeyWest.com, but if you head over there and check out the calendar of events under July, under what to do, you're going to see all of these things with all the links in there. Every Thursday, you have the Truman Waterfront Farmers Market, and I like this. It allows people to come in, and you have artisans that come in, local food producers that come in. So grab yourselves a snack maybe, or pick up some of those souvenirs for home and support those local artists over there. Another festival that occurs in the first part of July is the Mermaid Festival. So be sure to check that out if mermaids are your thing and you really want to check those and be part of that. The Studios of Key West offers a first Thursday open house, and so this is usually every month. And the Studios of Key West, they invite you to come visit them during the first Thursday open house of the month. And so you'll have art and conversation and community all come together, and you can mingle, take in the connection of fellow art lovers, and check out the books and mingle and do all of that. Of course, all of the larger areas, you've got Big Pine, Isla Mirada, Marathon, Key Largo, they all, for the 4th of July, have some sort of 4th of July celebration. So be sure, wherever you are staying in the Keys, be sure to check those out. And the Studios usually offers a viewing from the top of their roof for the 4th of July fireworks. So if that's something that you want to pre-plan for next year, be sure to check that out. Now let's skip on through. So you've got lots of events for the 4th of July. And again, all of this is on that site that's on that post on our page there. Let's see, you've got, again, every Thursday, be sure to check out that Truman Waterfront Farmers Market. July 11th, you have the annual Underwater Music Festival. So this is sponsored by the Lower Keys, and I think this is the 41st annual Lower Keys Underwater Music Festival. So if that's something you want to check out and you're not able to make it this year, put it on your calendar for next year. But it's an immersive experience, and it invites divers and snorkelers to dive into a whimsical undersea soundscape. And so be sure to check that out. Of course, if you're traveling with younger ones, or you are a younger person at heart, be sure to check out the Sheriff's Animal Farm open house. And it's usually the 2nd and the 4th Sunday of every month. And it goes from 1 to 3, and it's free, open to the public. Of course, they would love to have donations, but you can go over there and see possums and sloths and goats and birds and many more things over there. I think that's a fun thing to go do. I also put note of things that are occurring outside of Key West on this calendar of events. So as you're traveling up and down the Keys, if there's something that you want to make sure you have on your calendar, you'll know about it. So there's all kinds of things that are happening. There's the science of submersibles. Sorry, I say that one fast, right? On July 16th, and that's at the History of Diving Museum. Have you guys ever stopped there? They have not only really cool, immersive, rotating exhibits, but you can just stop in there and learn all about the history of diving. It's a great place just to stop, stretch your legs as well. Murata Way offers the 3rd Thursday Art Walk, and this is going to be July the 17th, and this is in Island Murata. So you can go over there. They have an art walk. You can stroll through the section there and check out all of the local artists. And you know what? I always find something over there that I need. Not that I want, that I need, and I put it in the cart and take it. And pay. Of course, I pay for it, but I take that. If you're not able to get up to Island Murata to explore their art walk, there's always the Walk on White, which is the 3rd Thursday art walk, and that will be in Key West. And they usually have over 20 locations, and they showcase the works of painters, photographers, sculptors, ceramic and mixed media artists. And it usually runs from 6 to 9 p.m. So that's White Street is between Southern and Olive. And so be sure to check that out. So I'm sorry, it's between Southern and United Streets. So you've got White there, so check that out. You've got the Key West Marlin Tournament that's happening this month, and that's July 16th through the 23rd. And it's coinciding with the 45th annual Hemingway Days celebration. And so if that is something you're interested in, be sure to check out that. Speaking of Hemingway Days, the Hemingway Days start the 22nd of July and they run until the 27th of July. And this is in honor of, obviously, Ernest Hemingway. And so there's a lookalike contest, there's books, readings, there are all kinds of events that happen around the Hemingway Days. Literary presentations, so if you are a Hemingway fan or peripherally a Hemingway fan, there's so much fun. Everything culminates up to the wacky running of the bulls, and that occurs on Saturday, July 26th this year. And what happens is everybody comes around, Sloppy Joes, and all of the lookalikes are out there, and they have these bulls that run around that you can then chase. It's hard to explain, but it's something you absolutely should see at least once, and go check out the running of the bulls. And again, this is also coinciding with Sloppy Joe's annual Hemingway Lookalike contest, and so you can be part of going in and seeing who's up and do they really look like Hemingway and what version of Hemingway are they going to be. That's always a lot of fun. One of the things I like to do at the end of the month, which is part of the Hemingway Days, is the Hemingway 5K Sunset Run. Because at the end of it, you get beer. So, of course, I'm going to run a 5K so I can get beer, right? I mean, who would? But this is a lot of fun. It's right around sunset. So you get to experience Key West from a different perspective, and then you end at the southernmost beach down there, and you get to have beer, and they usually have some light tastings and light treats over there. So be sure, if you're going to be doing that, sign up so you can get your medal and your t-shirt. They usually have a really cool t-shirt. At the end of the month, you're going to have a Jerry Garcia birthday bash on July 31st. And so be sure to check that out. That's on Up the Keys, not in Key West. Be sure to go check that out. At the History of Diving Museums, they are also offering an exhibit that runs through September 1st, which is Blue Star Museums, and it's talking about all of how they are honoring those that have served in the armed forces. And so they have an exhibit that's running there until September 1st. And you also have 20 years of celebrating at the History of Diving, and that's running until the 31st of this year, December 31st. So you have lots of time to go check those out. As you can see, even though July would be considered an off-season month, there's still a lot to do in Key West, and I always encourage people to go check out Key West any month of the year. I don't think there's a bad time to visit Key West. Honestly, there seems to be just something happening no matter when you're there. And so be able to experience the whole seasons of Key West, I think, is something that you should add to your bucket list. If you're looking for more guides on where to eat, where to drink, where to stay, and all that stuff, I'm going to send you over to FunInKeyWest.com. There's lots of free guides over there. Grab our free happy hour. But while you're over there, sign up for our book club. You can see what we're currently reading, and then also check out what we've read in the past. And there you can sign up. It's free to sign up, but that gives you access to get into our private Facebook group where we talk about the books and Key West and all things fun. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you're planning a trip to Key West soon. You guys have been so great about sending me suggestions for places that I need to add to the guides. Thank you so much. You guys have also been really great about asking for suggestions on walking tours and everything. So I am so excited that you guys are doing that. Keep those coming. Put the comments down here if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you are listening in on our podcast. Feel free to reach out. Say, hey, Michelle, I'm coming down. Give me some ideas of things to do. Love to help people plan out their Key West vacation. You guys have a great one. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.